Hello, welcome to my December reading wrap up, the last wrap up of 2024. We have a lot of books to go over. Let's go to the first book. Hello and welcome to the December wrap up. I have some books to show with you today. First book I read in December, or technically I finished in December, was Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. I have been reading this book for so goddamn long. And I finally finished it. Hey, go me. And it wasn't necessarily because like this was bad. I actually really enjoyed this. I just think, one, it's pretty big. I'm a slow reader anyways, but it's a big book. But on top of that, just a lot of things were happening and I didn't want to be stressed out. And this book is very stress inducing. There's a lot of things happening in this book that I was just like, oh my god. This was so good. It was so much fun. I feel like low-key this kind of wraps up a lot of things. Obviously there's still some things that are unresolved, but still I feel like a lot of the things that did happen kind of were resolved in this one, but that's just my opinion. It took me forever to finish, but I finally did it and I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I still really like it. The next book I finished was The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. This one is the second book of the Housemaid series. Low-key, you do not have to read the first book to read this one. Our main character Millie is a housemaid and she starts cleaning for this guy named Douglas Garrick. She kind of starts to notice that she never sees the wife out and about and in the house, and she's always like sleeping or resting, and she kind of is suspecting something kind of fishy-wishy going on, and she thinks that she needs to kind of intervene. This one was really good. I actually really enjoyed this one, and I felt very similar to like the Housemaid's twist. They are twists that like you can definitely kind of guess, but like they were good overall. I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. I really liked it. I don't know if I'll read the third one. Maybe I will. And the last one I have to talk about right now is I read Amazon's Under the Mistletoe series. I did a whole video about this, so you can kind of see more of my thoughts and feelings about that in that video. I'm just gonna rapid fire what I think about them really fast. The first book was Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. I gave this 4 stars. The second book I read was Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. I gave it 1 star. The next book was All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. I gave 2 stars. Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandria Bellafleur. I gave 3 stars. And lastly, Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria. I gave 2.5 stars. Those are the books that I have for you right now, and I will see you for the next one. Hello, I've been relaxing. I've been taking some time off in a way because, you know, we have to start off on like new year, new me kind of vibes. So this is my thing right now. Okay, cool. The rest of the books that I read in December, The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is the third book of the Crown of Nyxia series. I read the first 2. They are about different characters, and in this one we are following Mish, which is their best friend. Mish kind of gets herself in a little bit of trouble from the second book. Her actions have led her to the House of Shadow. As punishment, has to kind of like go to hell. She gets to go with this guy who is also the Prince of Shadows and has to go and help him with this task basically in the underworld. This one was good. I did enjoy it. The only thing I don't like about this book is I felt like it was a little too long. I feel like a lot of the same themes and same things were happening. It felt very repetitive to me. Mish also used to be an acolyte. An acolyte, is that the right word? For one of her gods, because she is a turned vampire. That's discussed a lot, like her being a human and this acolyte and all these other things. And I feel like that point got brought up so many times, and I get that's a big pivotal part of this character. But like she was just, it's so much to the point where I was like, okay girl, I get it. Also, I felt like Misha as a character in the first 2 books, she's so bubbly, so bright, blah 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 blah, and in this one she feels very dull. Like I feel like her character is not the same, I guess. I don't know, this one was just a little weird to me. I still enjoyed it, but it just didn't give me the same spark as the first 2 books do, so I gave it 3.5. The next book I read was Just Last Night by Vari McFarlane. It's about this girl. Some like turmoil kind of happens in her life, in her friend group, and it's kind of like the after effects of how this happened. There's secrets that are being revealed and people's motivations and things that they did, and she feels like that she doesn't know these people anymore, and blah blah blah. It's just so sad. This is such a sad, somber book. For literally like over 50% of this book is very, very sad. So do not go in thinking that this is a very light, fluffy book, because I feel like the cover of this book is super deceiving. But I think the detriment to this book is that it gets really slow. Nothing really starts happening until one character gets introduced into the story, and then it kind of picks up from there. Before that, it is so slow, in my opinion. But when the character does finally get introduced, this book picks up a lot. It becomes so good. It's so interesting. I really enjoyed her writing. I want to read another book by her. The last half of this book was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. I really love a lot of the things that these characters talk about, setting boundaries, all those things. Like, Eve goes through a lot, and I feel like she really, at the end of the day, figures out how to kind of like promptly like talk with these friends and stuff. I ended up giving it a 3.5 star as well. The next book I read, My December Darling by Lauren Asher. This is a cute little Christmas novella that she came out with, which was a really kind of a shock. It is about our two characters, and it's set in Lake Wisteria, so it goes with like the Lakefront Billionaire series. They're not billionaires or anything. She used to date his best friend, and now her sister is marrying his best friend. Hope that made sense. Really cute, actually. I loved the cute little Christmassy things. There's not much, I feel like, really to this one that I was just kind of like, you know? But it was fine. It was good. I ended up giving it 3 stars. Just a really cute Christmas novella. If you like the Lakefront Billionaire series, it doesn't like really, like, it's set in Lake Wisteria, and there's like a little bit of a cameo kind of stuff happening, but like nothing like super crazy. It was pretty short too, but it was pretty cute and I liked it. The last book that I read in 2024 was 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater. I didn't think I was ever going to read this one because I really liked Half a Soul, but this series doesn't necessarily follow like those characters still. But let me say, this was so good. We are following our main character, who is a housemaid for this like Duke lady people, high rich people. She stumbled across this guy who basically really wants to help her kind of like be this lady. She is in love with one of the lords of this house, and so he wants to help her gain his heart and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything from this book. I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna pick it up and see what happens. I just really love the fairy Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice-esque vibes that these books have carried on so far. They are such fast reads for me. They're pretty, obviously they're pretty short, but they're also just like, the writing is so good. I love it. I ended up giving this 4 stars. It was really good. I don't know, maybe I might bump it up to 4.5. The more I really truly think about it, I think maybe 4.5. You should pick them up if you like those types of things in the cozy fantasy aspect. I think you would really like them. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all